And okay, let's wait 1 or 2 minutes for other students to join, then we'll start.
I will break at 2 minutes. Okay, sir.
Okay, we'll start at 5 minutes later, no problem.
Okay, I'll do.
Because some students will join because we have only 4 students.
I will be back, sir.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay, 4 students have joined only. Ali, Umar, Mahmoud, Yasin. Who else are present, my student? Is there anyone else present? My student?
Yes, sir.
Mahmoud, is there anyone present?
There's only now 5 persons present, but before it was 7 or maybe like that. The Shubhan class.
Okay. Yeah, I know that, but is who are present there, not present here? Okay, now
Look at
who is joined? IB. Who is IB? I don't know. Ibrahim probably.
IB is Ibrahim.
Probably
Only
Ibrahim.
now Hassan is absent in here.
Oh,
Hassan is absent. And also he will come, I think.
okay. Okay, we wait for 2-3 minutes more, then we start because 2-3 minutes more because probably some students are praying. So one is Hassan is also joined. So 6 students now. Yes, hello. Who is talking? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. This is probably Mahmoud.
I don't know, sir. All of them, they are mute.
Yeah, I think that now we can start
Yes, sir.
because already 6 students have joined. So, so my student, the last class was, if you remember, the last class was, don't draw.
Is that? I don't know.
No, don't draw. So basically the last class was psychometry, isn't it? We discussed the psychometric chart, and I told that in the next class we'll discuss the psychometric problems. Today we will see 2 psychometric problems that will help us to how to use the psychometric chart properly. So first of all, just to get a remind that in the psychometric chart, we have 7 parameters. Just make a reminder, mm, just for 1 minute. The psychometric chart. Let me open the psychometric chart and give the idea just for 1 minute, just for reminding the all the things that everything is, in. Okay, I think that now you can see the chart. So probably my student, there are 7 parameters that was available, and I said that in the x-axis, it was the dry bulb temperature, the x-axis. In the y-axis, it was humidity ratio or humidity in the y-axis. So the x-axis was the dry bulb temperature, and the y-axis was the humidity ratio. In the other side, I said that there was a line. There was a straight line, that is the enthalpy line. Okay, that is the enthalpy line. You can see from here, this scale is the enthalpy scale. So from here we get 3. You see one more, a curved line here, that is the saturation temperature or dew point temperature. The last class we discussed the dew point temperature, at that temperature where the available water vapor in the atmosphere starts to condense. So that is dew point temperature. So saturation temperature is the other name of dew point temperature. Okay, so there are 4 is gone. Then it comes with the one vertical type of line. You see, one type of vertical line. Sorry for my bad drawing, but these vertical lines are specific volume line. Okay, there is only one vertical types of line. These are specific volume line. So next is so total 5 is gone, and the very important line is the relative humidity. This type of curved line we discussed. This type of curved line are relative humidity line. Okay, this type of curved lines are relative humidity line. And one more thing is left, that is the only one dotted line in the whole diagram. One dotted line, only one dotted line, dotted types of line. That is the the wet bulb temperature. We discussed the dry bulb temperature in the x-axis, and the dotted line are basically the wet bulb temperature line. Okay, so basically these are the 7 parameters. These are the 7 total parameters for the psychometric chart. So now we go back to our slide one more time. So in this slide, it is told that my student that total now 7 students have joined. So Hassan, Omar, Abdul Ali, probably it is Abdul Ali is probably Hafiz, Ali, Muhammad. Yes, okay. Hamza is missing. Hamza has been missing last 3 class. Probably today he will join. I don't know. Okay, no problem. Please. So we are starting today's problem. So suppose the first one is told that my student that in a year, if the year has the DVT, suppose we placed the psychrometer in the atmosphere and we got the dry bulb temperature, and that is the 30 degrees Celsius. The DVT means the short form of the dry bulb temperature. Okay, the short form of dry bulb temperature, and 50% relative humidity. Yeah, I can hear. So the dry bulb temperature is DVT, and the relative humidity, that is RH, is written as RH here. That is relative humidity. So first of all, just see that the acquaintance with the chart, that if we know that only 2 value of any graph, we can have a point. We already know that if we have the 2 axis value or 2 value from any axis, we can get a particular point. Okay, so we have 2 value given here, and we know that there are 7 parameters. There are 7 parameters in the psychometric chart. So among the 7 parameters, the dry bulb temperature is given and the relative humidity is given. The dry bulb temperature is 30 degrees Celsius and the relative humidity is 50%. Okay, so we need to find out the rest of the 7 parameters: the wet bulb temperature, the enthalpy, the specific volume, the humidity, and last but not the least, that is the dew point temperature, or eventually known as saturation temperature. So first of all, we need to put this into information, that the 30 degrees Celsius and the 50% of relative humidity. Okay, so we need to put these two information into the psychometric chart. So let's go to the psychometric chart and put that point. Let's make it a little bit larger. Can you see, my student? Is it clear? My student, is it clear, the diagram?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So first of all, the information was the 30 degrees Celsius temperature and the 50% relative humidity. So let's go to the, where is the dry bulb temperature? As I told, the dry bulb temperature in the x-axis, the dry bulb temperature, and we have the value of 30 degrees Celsius. So you see that this is the 30. This is the 30. So what we will do, we will draw a line of 30. It's very hard to draw using mouse. So this is the 30 degrees Celsius line. Okay. So this is the line of 30 degrees Celsius, and other information is given to us, that is 50% relative humidity. So what is 50% relative humidity? You see that 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. So we will draw, this is the 50% line. So we'll draw the 50% line of relative humidity. Sorry for my bad drawing. So when we'll draw the 50% line properly, the intersection point, this is the intersection point. The intersection point will be our desired point. This is the intersection point where the 50% relative humidity line and the 30 degrees Celsius dry bulb temperature is intersects. Okay, so this is the the desired point. Now it is told to us that you need to find the rest of the 5 parameters that is not given here. So first of all, what we'll do, we will find out the rest of the 5 parameters. Okay, so first we will find out the wet bulb temperature. Okay, my student, the wet bulb temperature. Or let me make it much more closer for your proper understanding, much more closer. So you see that I said in the last class also that there is only one dotted line in the throughout the whole psychometric chart. Only one dotted line. You see that, a dotted line, and you also see the writing, that is 25 wet bulb temperature degree Celsius. That means the dotted line is the wet bulb temperature, the dotted line. So we will find out that in which dotted line our point is placed. If you see that the point A, this point is exact in this dotted line. Okay, in this dotted line, if I draw the line in this dotted line, our exact point is situated. So if I wanted to count, you see that this is the 20, this is 20, this is 25. So every step is 1. This is 20, this is 21. So this is 22, this is 23, this is 24, this is 25. So every step is 1 degree Celsius. So this is 20. You can see that our point lies in the line of 20 degrees Celsius. Sorry, not 20, it is 22 degrees Celsius wet bulb temperature line. So basically the point A, the wet bulb temperature will be 22 degree Celsius. Again, I'm saying, let me clear the drawing one more time. You see that this is 20. Here you can, if you are connected from the mobile phone, you can zoom. You can zoom. This is 20. You can just use your 2 fingers to drag and you can zoom. So this is 20. Okay, so the next dotted line will be 21. The next will be 22. So you see that this 22 line, if I extend this line, our particular A point is situated on that 22 degrees Celsius wet bulb temperature line. So basically our wet bulb temperature will be 22 degrees Celsius. So we got the wet bulb temperature, my students. Next, we will go to the enthalpy. Okay, next we'll go to the enthalpy. So where is the enthalpy? So this is the enthalpy scale. This is the enthalpy scale, we all know. So we will draw a perpendicular line to this scale, draw a perpendicular line. So let me draw and extend the perpendicular line here. So when you draw using a scale, it will be much more closer. You see that this is the intersection point. So let's find out what is the enthalpy value. So this is 60, my student, this is 70. And in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 5, box or 5 stages, 5 space. So every space is equal to 2. So you see that this is if I want to count from here, this is 60. So next will be 62, this is 64. So this point is exactly in between 64 and 66. So basically our enthalpy value will be 65. If I'm not wrong, or if I'm drawing exactly, it will be 65, something like that, close to 65. So our enthalpy will be 65. So first of all, we got the wet bulb temperature that is 22 degrees Celsius. Next, we got the enthalpy that is 65. Okay, so let's go back to the other informations. Next, find out the humidity ratio. My students, if you face any problem or any difficulties to understand, please definitely make a question. Just unmute yourself. Okay. So next is the humidity ratio. As I said, this is the y scale. The y-axis is the humidity ratio, and you can have the value. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Can you see this value, my student? Please, anyone confirm me. Can you see this value?
Yes, sir.
The 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Can you see this value?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. So next is we need to find out the humidity ratio or humidity value. So this is a scale. So we will draw a perpendicular line to that scale. If we draw a perpendicular line to that scale, this will be the section. You see that this is the 12, this point is 12, this point is 14. So in between there are 1, 2, 3, 4 stages. So every stage is 0.5. So you see that this is 12, so this will be 13, and our point is probably 13.5 or 13.4. If I'm not wrong, if I'm drawing carefully, our point will be 13.4 or 13.5. There is no hard and seek rule that you find exact value, because it may vary a little bit range, but not 13.5 cannot be 12.5. Okay, the 13.5 can go 13.3 or can go 13.6 maximum. That can be the range, but it cannot go before less than 13. So if I draw this line, you see that in between, that is 12 and 14, there are 4 space. So that means every space is 0.5. So we see that this our line intersects in the third space. So which we can easily tell that this is 13.5 or 13.4 closely. So we got 3 value. One is wet bulb temperature, that is 22 degrees Celsius. Next we got the enthalpy, that is 65. And now we got the humidity ratio, that is 13.4. Next we'll try to find out the saturation temperature or the dew point temperature. Okay, so let me draw the perpendicular line into this. So this is the intersection point, my student. This is the intersection point. So how to find out the saturation or dew point temperature? You see that this is the 15. This is the 15 in the dew point temperature. This is the 20 in the dew point temperature line. And if you see carefully, you see that this 15 and this 15 is also same. This 20 and the wet bulb 20 is also in the same point. So we can use their construction to find out the dew point temperature. So this is 15, this will be the 16, this will be the 17 point, this will be the 18, this will be the 19, and finally this is 20. So as we can see, our perpendicular line has intersect between 18 and 19. So we can call the dew point temperature is in between. That's why you can call either 18.5 or 18.6 or 18.4. So the dew point temperature will become the 18.5 or 18.4. Again, I'm saying that how to find out, let me clear one more time and discuss one more time. How to find out the dew point temperature. You see that it is very tough to calculate from this scale. So what we'll do, you see that the 15 in the dew point temperature scale is also same line in the 15 in the wet bulb temperature. Similarly, you see that this is 20 in the dew point, this is 20 in the wet bulb. So these lines are exact same point. So we can use this. This is 15. So the next line will be 16. This will be 17 in the dew point. This will be 18 in the dew point. This will be 19 in the dew point. So we need to calculate according to that. So if now if we go from this our point to the perpendicular line to this, we can see that this is in between 18 and 19. So from where we can tell that this is either 18.5 or 18.6 or 18.4. Okay, so the dew point temperature is basically 18.5, suppose. So we got 4 values. We got wet bulb temperature 22 degrees Celsius. We got humidity ratio, that is 13.5. We got dew point temperature, that is 18.4 or 18.5. And finally, we get enthalpy 65. My students, one very important information I need to share with all of you, that is the wet bulb temperature of the what can I say? The wet bulb temperature of this steam right now in the environment is 22. But what does dew point means? The dew point means if you somehow can make the temperature 22 to 18.5, at that temperature the available water vapor present on that air, that is 50% relative humidity, that will become 100% relative humidity, and at that time, at that temperature 18.5, the water vapor available in the air will start to condense and start to become the water particle. So that was the significance of dew point. If you somehow can make the temperature at the dew point, at that time the water particle or the water vapor starts to condense. So that is the significance of dew point temperature. So we got 4 information. So we only left 1. Okay, we only left 1. So that is the specific volume. My student, I said that there is only one vertical line in this whole psychometric chart. Okay, so this is these are the vertical lines. So these are the specific volume lines. You see that this is our point. Our point is in between these 2 lines. This is and this line. Okay, these 2 lines. So you see that the value in this point is 0.88 in this line, and this it is 0.86. So that's mean the middle one will be the 0.87. Easily we can say. So the middle point will be the 0.87. So my student, this is 0.87. This is 0.88. Our point is this. Our point is this, which is not in between. You see that it is not in between. It is slightly closer to 0.88. So if it was in between, we can write that 875, because it is in between 87 and 88. But not it is in between, it is closer to 0.88. So that's why we need to write, we need to make the last 5 close to 7 or 8. Either it would be 7 or 8. So it would be probably the value will be 0.877 or 0.878, because this point is 0.87, this point is 0.88. Okay, so in between the value will be 0.875. If we go to further, the fraction 0.875 in between. But this is not in between. This is a closer, a little bit close to 0.88. So that's why our value is 0.877 or 0.878. I think you are clear. So that was our total five value from this psychometric chart. So if you just go for the check that the wet bulb temperature is 22 degrees Celsius, we find out the enthalpy is 64.5. We thought it is 65 because we just drawn without a scale. The specific volume it is 878, that is we already discussed. Humidity we told that it is either 13.5 or 13.4, this is closer. And the dew point temperature is also discussed, that is 18.4 or 18.5 or 18.6. They probably measured that is 18.44. That is, it's not necessary that you need to be so accurate in the fraction level, but that if you are closer, if you write 18.5, that is absolutely okay. So that's how we need to incorporate the psychometric chart. So let's discuss one more example. So before going, I just wanted to unmute all my students and ask that, is there any question from your side? Is there any difficulties you are facing, my student? Is there any difficulties you are facing, my student?
Yes, I'm looking.
Is the the demonstration is clear to you, my student? My student,
Yes, sir.
is there
Yes, sir.
any demonstration problem you are facing?
No problem. Yeah, no, sir. Yes, I have.
Okay, okay. Then I will continue from here on. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, my student, let's discuss this one problem, and this one will make us understanding our much more better. So first of all, before going there, let me start the question. The question was the atmospheric year with a dry bulb temperature 28 degrees Celsius, and WBT means wet bulb temperature, okay, 17 degrees Celsius. So at first we place the psychometer, and we got the dry bulb temperature 28 degrees Celsius and wet bulb temperature 17 degrees Celsius. Now we make a change. Suppose a heat exchange. Now our dry bulb temperature becomes 15 degrees Celsius, but there is without changing any moisture content, no change of moisture content. So no change of moisture content means the humidity, no change of humidity. Okay, no change of humidity. I said in the last class also, the humidity has a different types of name. One is specific humidity, one is humidity ratio, another name is moisture content. Okay, humidity is basically in a 1 kg of dry air, how much water vapor that is present, that is presented in gram per kg of dry air. So basically the moisture content is exact the humidity or humidity ratio or specific humidity is the same name, my student. So they say that without changing its moisture content. So that means that the moisture content at the first point and the second point will be same. Okay, so let's discuss from here on. So the first point, initial point, our two value is the dry bulb temperature is 28 degrees Celsius and the wet bulb temperature is 17 degrees Celsius. So these are our two values. And our next point is the dry bulb temperature now becomes to 15 degrees Celsius, and another information is given, that is same moisture. Okay, suppose the moisture in the initial point, suppose it is WA, suppose, so it will be equals to WB. It will be equals to WB. So that means the same moisture level will be both for point A and for point B. So we got our two exact points. So now we will, what we'll do, we will place these 2 points into our, okay, we place these 2 points into our psychometric chart. Okay, so let's do it. So first of all, let's place these 2 points into the psychometric chart. So the first information is 28 degrees Celsius to 7 degrees Celsius. So let's go to the diagram first. Okay, so let's see how they draw this point and they place this point. Our wet bulb temperature, dry bulb temperature was 28 degrees Celsius, my student. So this is 30, and you see that this is 20, and every step is 1. Every step is 1, my student. So if this is 30, so the next 2 steps, before this 2 step, this will be the 28 points. This will be the 28 number points. So first of all, we will draw and straight line. This is all, the whole line is 28 degrees Celsius, my student, whole line. The total line is 28 degrees Celsius. Next, our next information is the wet bulb temperature is 17 degrees Celsius. So 17 degrees Celsius, this is, you see that this is 15. This is 15, my student. So this will be 16. So this line will be the 17. You see that I'm putting the point. This line will be the 17 because this is 15. So the next 2 line will be the 17. So if I draw a line of this 17 degrees Celsius wet bulb temperature, the intersection point, this is the intersection point. The intersection point will be the point A. Let me color with a different color. You see that the yellow point, the intersection point is the point A. How we get it? We get the 2 information. One is 28 degrees Celsius dry bulb temperature. Another one is 17 degrees Celsius wet bulb temperature. Okay, so we place point A. So the next point, is dry bulb temperature 15 degrees Celsius. So where is 15 degrees Celsius? This is 10, this is 20. So in between it will be 15 degrees Celsius. So this is the between, the middle of this. This is the 15 degrees Celsius line. So we make a straight line of 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, I'm drawing the straight line. And it is told that there are same moisture level, same moisture content. So the A moisture content is this, the straight line we draw. So if it is the same moisture content, the B point also should be in this point, should be in this perpendicular line. Okay, we discussed in the Molière chart also the constant entropy line. So as it is the same moisture level, that's why the B point should be in this line also. So if I extend this perpendicular line, sorry for my bad drawing. So the point it intersects the 15 degrees Celsius. The point it intersects the 15 degrees Celsius. This point is basically the B point. So I'm again telling my student, draw the 15 degrees Celsius straight line. Now the information that is given to us, that is same moisture level. So for same moisture level, my student, it will be the same moisture level. That's why the B point will be the intersection of a particular point in that perpendicular line of A to the moisture content line. So that's why these 2 line intersects the point, that is the B point. Here the A point is the initial point and the B point is the final point. Here, my student, because we started with the point A, so that is initial point, and B point is the final point. Okay, so now go back to the question one more time, that what is told here. It is told here, my student, there are 5 values we need to find out. That is original relative humidity. Original relative humidity means the first initial point. The original point is the initial point. That is A point relative humidity. Second, it is told that the final relative humidity, that means the B point relative humidity, the final point, B point. Then say that the final WBT, that means the B point, at B point, what is the wet bulb temperature at B point. Then it is told that the change in the dew point temperature during this process. That means what is the change from A to B in the dew point temperature. So in this case, we will find out the dew point A and B and see the difference. Similarly, it said that the amount of heat rejected from the air to go from A point to B point, how much heat it is that is rejected in the air. So what we will do, we will find out the enthalpy. Heat is basically the enthalpy. We'll find out the enthalpy for both A point and B point, and we will find out the difference between the A point and B point, and we'll find out the amount of heat rejected in the air. So let me go to the chart one more time and find this 5 value one by one. So my student, first value is the original relative humidity. That means A point relative humidity, the first. Please, everyone, give your role in the chat box. So 9 students have joined. Probably, yes, total 9 students have joined. Hassan, not Hassan, it is Hamza and Ashik is not here. Hamza and Ashik is not here. But Hamza should be there because he said in the last day, yesterday, that I'll be present in the next class. Okay. So you see that, my student, so the original point is A point. So this is the humidity, relative humidity line. So this is the 30. You see that this is the 30 line, this is 40. This is 30, this is 40. So our point is here. Our point is just above the 30%. So it is not in the middle, so that's why we can tell it is either 32 or 33, because it is just before or above the 30% relative humidity line. So this is the original relative humidity, either 32 or 33, but close to 32 it is, because it is just above the 30% relative humidity line. So the next is the final relative humidity. You see that the B point is the final point. You see that this is the exact situated in the 70% relative humidity line. So the B point is on the exact 70% relative humidity line. Okay. So that's why we can say that the final relative humidity is 70%. So the original relative humidity is 32 and final relative humidity is 70%, because you see that the B point is exactly on the 70% relative humidity line. So this 2 is gone. Next is the wet bulb temperature of B point. You see that this is the 10 degrees Celsius of wet bulb temperature, this dotted line. So the next one will be 11, next one will be 12. So basically you can see that the 12 is the wet bulb temperature in the B point. Just go from the 10, next 11, next 12. So the 12 or 12.1 is the relative humidity, not relative humidity, it is the wet bulb temperature line. Okay, so this is the final wet bulb temperature from the B point. So we got 3 values. The next is the change in dew point temperature. So what is the dew point? The dew point scale is here. So we draw the line from here. This is the, similarly we draw the line from A also. You see that both the line intersects on the same point. Now forget what about the value. Just ignore that, because suppose the value is 9. But for both the point A and B, the value is 9 and 9. So if you want to find out the change at that time, there will be no change, because 9 minus 9 will be 0. So the change in dew point temperature is basically, my student, 0. Okay, because both the point are in this intersect in the same point. The same point, that means same value, so there will be no difference in the dew point temperature. And last but not the least, that is the enthalpy. The enthalpy drop. So let me draw the line in the enthalpy. So this is the B point line, and if I draw the line for the A point, so this will be the A point line. Okay, so let me find out the value and just the subtract. So suppose this is 30, every step is 2, so this will be 32 and 34. So the B point will be 34. This will be 34, suppose. And the A point, this is 40, 42, 44, 46, 48 point something, 48 point, probably 48.5, probably. So 48.5. So these are the 2 point enthalpy, suppose 48.5. Sorry for my bad drawing. So if you just subtract for 48.5 to 34, we get 14.5. So this is the amount of heat, 14.5 kilojoule per kg. So this amount of heat has been rejected through the air. This is the enthalpy drop from A to B. So what we do? We do basically find out the two enthalpy from the A point and the B point, and finally we just subtract the two information from the A point and B point. Okay. So let me check the value, the result one more time. That is given here. You see that the original relative humidity, that is 32%, And the final relative humidity, that is 70%, we find out. The final bulb, wet bulb, we find 12, that is here is written 12.2, probably in the scale they got 12.2. The change in temperature, dew point temperature, that is 0 degrees Celsius, and the amount of heat rejected, that is 14.5. So these are the values, and that's how you will need to incorporate the psychometric chart. So I am unmuting all my students to tell that, is there any question from your side? I'll be more than happy to answer. Is there any question from your side, my student? Then I'll be more than happy to answer. My student, is there any question? Well,
No, sir.
is there any question, my student?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Rule 20, Rule 24, Rule 12, Rule 7, Rule 21, Rule 22, Rule 8, Rule 14, Rule 9. Total 9 students. I think everyone has given your role, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All?
sir. Yes.
All?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any question, my student, from your side? Is there any question from your side, my student?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So if I'm stopping the share. So my student, let me discuss for 5 minutes. Is everything going well? All the classes are going well, my student?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everything is going well.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. And you know, everyone is sharing the lecture, video lecture with all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
you try to study properly. In the meantime, try to study properly. So if you have no questions, you can leave, no problem. If you have no question, then you can leave.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
it from today's class. But if you have question, I'm staying here, you can ask me. I'm here, no problem. The class is not end. If you have any question, I will be happy to answer. But if you don't have any questions, you can leave the session, no problem.
Sir, I have one question about
Please,
final
please. About?
the final exam, sir.
Okay, is it Ibrahim or
It's Shakur.
Shakur? Okay, yeah, Shakur, please tell.
Yeah, sir. How is the mark distribution? How will be the final?
Okay, the final it is not decided yet, because you know we are considering the online exam. So before final exam, it will be decided by the the university, that how we will assess the students and the mark distribution. So as soon as I know, I will inform you. But it is not still finalized.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. And also, my students, the last date of submitting probably 15 July. Please try to give your tuition fee. What about Ali Said? Said Yasin? Yasin? Ali?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, Yasin, have you deposited the tuition fee?
Sir, previous semester and this semester I will be together, and inshallah,
When?
بنروح الطريق inshallah 15.
Okay, 15. Okay. Ali? 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 Ibrahim, can you hear me? Ibrahim?
LB.
Yes, sir. Yes.
What about you?
I will go, sir.
When, Ibrahim?
This month.
This month is, the before. Please try to pay. Probably you didn't pay the last semester also, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, I will not go, sir.
So this will, increase your due. Please try to pay as soon as possible. As soon as possible. And also Ali, also inform Ali to pay. Mahmoud and Omar, what about your this semester?
Sir, we will pay after before exam.
Before exam. Okay, so try to pay as soon as possible. Okay, thank you for my